Happy holidays, everyone. It is time for another ScufGaming Showdown. Chris Bucket joined by Mr. X, and we have a very special matchup tonight.
Right, very good matchup. We have the new Faze lineup against the new TK lineup. So the new TK lineup, obviously, I mean, Goonjar is on Envy. We saw them play Complexity the other night. They have picked up Kaliber, so you know, a little three-way trade action went down there. Everyone loves a good
incredible pickup for
three-way trade. Oh, I mean, Kaliber is an amazing player. It's going to be a little different fitting him into their playstyle. I know he's used to playing at a lot faster pace, a lot of just more individual kind of gun battles. And TK is a team that, you know, they like their teamwork is like pretty solid.
Right.
You know, that's how they operate. So it'll be interesting to see how that fits. And then also you have Faze with a new lineup from Columbus to now. They have Replays and Classic, only 2 players left over.
Classic, of course, putting on that show in Columbus.
He was sick in Columbus.
And then the pickups. Let's talk about these two.
Yeah, JCap and Methods. I mean, JCap, obviously, formerly of Optic Gaming, formerly of Envy. And then Methods, he played with, who did he play with him?
You want to drop a Soar?
He dropped.
We'll go with Soar on this one.
With Soar,
We're going to go with Soar. JCap, though, of course, formerly of Optic Gaming, now playing with his new lineup. We'll see how Faze will play against this TK squad, who is so strong at Columbus, finishing second, losing Goonjar, but in my eyes, they picked up a better player in Kaliber. We'll see how he performs at the start. Who are you going on board with here, Mr. X?
I'm on board with TK. I mean, I think I want to see how they're going to start off. And I'm going to start off with Kaliber, actually. I think he's going to have a different role on this team than he did on Complexity. You know, he's going to be more of just an overall slayer. He's not really going to have to play on that lockdown defense like we had him play. He's going to be able to just be that main guy for this team.
Absolutely. And guys, on tonight's ScufGaming Showdown here for the special Christmas Best of 7 is
Best of
what's
7
happening
for Christmas,
here.
yeah, obviously.
So, hopefully we can get to Game 7. What's your prediction heading into this one from the start?
You know, I'm going to take Faze here.
I'm
going to say, I think Faze is going to pull this one out. You know, it's online. I know, like, his connection's not very good. You know, Faze, I mean, JCap's always been a very good online player, so is Replay. So I'm gonna go with Faze.
All right.
I imagine, I think I know who you're going to take.
I'm going TK all the way, man. They finished second at Columbus.
Yeah, I mean,
they now have Kaliber, who's on your screen. And, you know, our first game mode is going to be Domination here on Octane.
Yeah.
We're going to go with it looks like we're starting off Domination, Search and Destroy, Blitz. We'll do that twice. Yep. And if it does go to Game 7, rather than seeing another Blitz, rather than seeing another Dom, we're going to finish it with S&D. I'm hoping it goes all the way, but at the start, you're going to see Kaliber. He's just going to be sitting in blue. Uncontested, it seems. They were totally able to lock that down. Meanwhile, everyone at Faze is focused on securing their own flag back at C. Let's jump on board with JCap, who's now going top broken, as Neslo from TK is going to be sitting over at B.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, you see Faze, they're actually able to neutralize A, and they're going to try and make some of this time back. You know, I believe that's going to be Theory who's going to go back and take it. But, you know, now JCap is on your screen, and, you know, he's going to do, he's trying to get to that warehouse over there, try and gain control over at the strip club, but he's just not able to make it. But I like the play out of Replays right here, Puckett.
Yeah, now we saw Replays in Classic kind of take turns going off on the main stage back in Columbus. What can you tell me about this guy, Replays?
All right, Replays in Black Ops 2 is definitely one of the most underrated, smartest players in the game. I mean, he knows exactly how to play. You know, there was a thing when Envy was looking for another player, a lot of people thought it was going to be Replays towards the end. Yeah, a lot of people thought that Replays was going to join that team when they ended up dropping. Well, when JCap left for Optic, that Replays was going to join. So I mean, he is definitely of the highest caliber of players. And Classic, like you said, I mean, he went off in Columbus.
It was the Classic show for sure. I had never seen this guy. I knew he came from a background where he was pretty darn good at the Modern Warfare 2, but
that's what I heard.
Coming into Call of Duty Ghost, I think he caught everyone off guard on the main stage with a ridiculous streak on Blitz. Right now, though, we're going back to JCap. We've seen him play with Envy. We've seen him on the Optic lineup. Now playing with these boys on Faze. Kind of a younger lineup, and I actually really like JCap's decision to join Replays on this squad because he's going to be the veteran on the team who can really be the leader, and for the first time, really be that one who's in charge of a squad if he wants to.
Absolutely. You know, on Optic, I really just don't think they let him play his game. And on this team, you know, Replays is going to put JCap in the best position for him to succeed. On Optic, we saw a lot. I mean, JCap was using some machine guns. He's using vectors. That's just not JCap's game. You know, JCap is a dominant AR player, and I think you're going to see replays in Classic, you know, with the pressure that they put on, make JCap's life a whole lot easier.
Going back over to JCap now as he comes off the respawn, looking for players coming off that A, and he's going to pick up another one, challenging a second over in the motel. Meanwhile, we take a look at the scoreboard, 66-42. It's the boys on Faze starting to pull away.
Yeah, and you know, they just really have good map presence. Like right there, I mean, JCap could have pushed up. He was able to just kind of lock that down with his AR for a little bit. And, you know, holding this 2-cap, they are just racking up the time against this TK lineup. On
board with Classic, and Classic is going with the Remington. We've seen him with the SMG. We've seen him with the AR. Remington seems to be the weapon of choice, though, for Faze. JCap's got one. We see Methods was pulling one out earlier, and Classic had one as well. So it looks like 78-48, a 30-second advantage or 30-point advantage here for the boys on Faze. What's going wrong for TK from what you're watching?
You know, it's a lot of what we saw that went wrong with Complexity last night against Envy. We saw Envy really dominate Complexity the other night on the Scuff Showdown.
Yeah.
And it was just that AR presence. I believe TK is running 2 ARs right now. They have Clayster and Sharp running an AR, but you know, like you were saying, Faze seems like they're running 3, so they need to make an adjustment in either Theory or Nezlo. I think probably Theory is going to have to run an AR or run some Smoke Bucket.
It looks like both flags being neutralized. Replays trying to sneak in and neutralize the A flag. Meanwhile, his teammates were able to secure A once again, so this is going to be a huge lead at the half. I believe that was 92-52. 55 is going to be the score there. So 37-second advantage, or 37-point advantage going into the half. What a start from the boys from Faze. Methods with the final kill from top broken. Everyone playing their position perfectly. And look at those kills.
Yeah. You know,
18 and 8 from replays. JCap 12 and 6, doubling it up. Methods also positive in that one. It's not looking good for TK. Someone's got to turn it on early.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, you look at the kills for TK, and they just didn't pick up any really, Pucka. I mean, you have Sharp with 10 kills. He's the only player in double digits. He's the only player really close to double digits.
Theory almost had 20 deaths there. Only 7 and 19. Yeah.
It's not going to get it done against this Faze lineup, man. I think this Faze team has been looking good. I've been watching them play online for the last few weeks now since they kind of formed, and you know, they've been looking extremely strong. They were playing with Enable and Ace for a little bit.
A little bit of primal action
there.
A
little bit. They got a little bit of primal action in there. You know, they looked good with that team. They made it pretty far in some of the 2Ks, second, third round. And they decided to make this roster change. But, I mean, this roster is extremely good.
They're looking good in the first half. We're about to get it reloaded and go at it all over again. The map still Octane. The game mode still Domination. How do you win? You have to control a point. If you can control that point, every 5 seconds you're going to get 1 point on your scoreboard, right? 1 flag. So at this point, you got to think that the guys over on TK are thinking, we got to go triple cap. We got to get it early. Down 37, is that what we said?
Yeah,
something
I think
like
so.
that.
Yeah, 37.
Something ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're going to have their work cut out for them. Who are you jumping on board with here?
You know, I'm going to go on board with TK again to see how they're going to start this off. Actually, you know, they switch teams.
Yeah. Can I watch Nezlo at the start here?
Yeah.
Let's watch Nezlo.
Now, he's going to have to push into that pawn shop and really get control over there, because if they're going to let Faze push in and just take control over their side of the map, it's not going to be good. And you see they're only going to send one guy over there. I don't agree with that decision.
Man, I was wearing the Santa hat, and I'm sweating. I had to pull that thing off. I don't know how he does it for an entire night. We got Nezlo on your screen off the start. Going to just ignore B, let his teammates deal with that, and he is going to be very aggressive with the early push. Is he going to go all the way to the A flag? What's his game plan here?
You know, I think him and Theory, he's got Theory working over under that underpass. He's going to have him go and try and take A, and it looks like Nezlo and Clayster are going to hop B. And you really don't see any presence on the map from these Faze guys right now, Pucka. They're playing extremely slow.
And Nezlo will finally go down. We're going to switch it up to Sharp. You got Clayster on your screen, and let's see what Clay can do. Actually, now we got Sharp top pawn.
And, you know, Sharp is just going to try and lock this left side down, and, you know, he is taken out by Methods, and that's a big kill, because if you can get up to that head glitch that Methods trying to push up from, and he's fighting Nezlo on now, he can do tons of damage from there. And you see right there, he's able to pick up 2 kills, and now they're losing B of TK.
All right, so TK's taking B. Let's go back to my screen as I have JCap up top of the 18-wheeler. Shots coming down, but he also just spotted a player top pawn. There's the challenge. There's the win by JCap. B also being secured at the same moment. So they just lost A. Faze is going to have to retake that, and I like the pressure that TK is putting on, but JCap putting himself in some fantastic positions up top, giving his team basically middle map control, and now you're going to see Methods also continue to push forward. They're never going to let TK get comfortable. They're going to put the pressure on them early on.
Yeah, you know, TK, it was a good job to neutralize that A flag, but they really need to get it. They're able to get it now, but they know that they lost by 37 points. They're going to need to at least 3-cap for a little bit, or maybe 2-cap with the neutral, and I think that aggressiveness is going to come back to bite them, but they're kind of forced to, though.
Nice kill there as JCap is cleaned up by Kaliber, and we're going to see replays get up top. 2 flags to 1 as it's going to be Faze with control. TK, they got to retake B. How do you do it if you're TK right now?
You know, if you're TK, you got to realize that Faze is running all of these assault rifles. You got to have some of your objective players have smoke classes. You know, you need Neslo in theory to pull out those smokes. Because you see TK, they aren't running any thermals. They're going to have to fight. They're going to have to push into B and try and fight those gun battles. And with those assault rifles, they're not going to be able to.
As you just saw in the bottom left-hand corner, Faze has retaken the lead as well. They were up 37, now make it a 40-point differential if you add up the 2 previous rounds. 41-37 in the second half with replays on your screen, and he's going to be pushing in for that A flag once again.
Yeah, and you know, he's actually just going to camp outside of this right here, but he's going to be taken out by Sharp. And, you know, it's going to be important. JCap's going to nade over and try and get this guy off of B. Not able to get it. But, you know, with 2 minutes to go, Puckett.
I was going to ask, should we even try and tell the TK comeback story at this point, or are they basically done for?
I mean, at this point in time, they're very near done. And it's very dire. I don't think really there is a chance.
If they were a stick, they're basically well done.
Yeah.
With maybe a little bit of pink in the very center.
Right, like you got to take them out of. You should have taken it out of the oven.
Yeah, a long time ago. Let's jump on board with the TK guys and see what's going wrong. Currently, you have Sharp up on your screen.
Yeah, you know, I do like the positioning from Sharp right there. You know, he's able to see the cross coming out of Broken, and he's able to see Gas, you know, right there to push in there. That's one of the things I was talking about, that they were going to be forced to be over-aggressive, and making that play with an AR, it's not going to happen.
59-56, TK trying to make a last-minute push over here at the B site. Meanwhile, you're going to have JCap up top of Broken, and Kaliber's trying to answer back from the middle of the map. Getting stunned, though. Not having a whole lot of luck. If you take a look at the stats, 13 and 8 from Methods here in the second half. On the other side for TK, the best score came from Theory at 11 and 6. Now, remember, Theory was only 7 and 19 in the first half. So he's starting to turn it around, get a little bit of momentum, but it's just a lot too late here as Faze has been totally in control this entire Octane game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they've been in control, I mean, the first half, and they were in control in this second half. And, you know, we're seeing a lot of the things that we saw out of TK previously where, you know, they need that slaying. It's got to come from somewhere. You know, even when they had Gunjar, it was really a team effort.
Yeah.
And, I mean, now, I mean, with Kaliber adding him is an amazing player. They need to figure out how they're going to work. Are they going to be pretty much the same team and try and get that chemistry again? Or are they going to just focus on, you know, let Kaliber do his thing and play around him?
Well, you know what? There's one player to look out for at the moment. It's Methods. He's starting to heat up 18, make it 19 and 10 at the end. TK gets shut down as Methods is going to get your final kills. They win both rounds, and I believe that is going to be a 39-point advantage here in domination. What a show from Faze. Your final kill cam belongs to Methods as he picks up the 2-piece. 19 and 10 in that second half. Absolutely going huge.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Methods, he's one of the most versatile players we have on the circuit. I mean, he runs an AR or a submachine gun. Extremely good search and destroy player, but I mean, right there you saw him put his team on his back for that whole second round pretty much. I mean, he was the only one with double-digit kills going 19 and 10. I mean, a little better slaying out of TK, but they never get any map control.
Well, Faze, they seem to be the real deal. Guys, we're going to a quick commercial break. When we come back, Santa's going to bring more cookies. Wait, he doesn't do that. He brings presents.
No, he brings
you
presents.
Bring him
you
cookies.
give him the cookies. Puckett.
Whatever. Bake some cookies. We'll be back after this. Game number 2. It's time for what?
I believe we are going to be playing Search and Destroy. I think it's going to be Warhawk.
All right, Warhawk.
Warhawk Search and Destroy.
We'll
Everyone loves Warhawk Search and Destroy.
After this.